Welcome to the SIFOMS tutorial videos. In this video, we are going to learn how to register a new student. We start by going to the students category, then the student's role or register. Once the student register page has loaded, we want to click New. By clicking New, it will clear all the fields that are required in order to register a new student. The fields that are highlighted in red must be filled up, or else you will not be able to continue. Then let's start by saying the first name, the admission number is not compulsory to fill. You can put your own admission number, or you can leave the system to do it for you. If you leave it blank, the system will auto-generate an admission number, which you can change at any time so long as it does not duplicate any other admission number. Admission numbers must be unique. For fields that you do not have yet information, you can just type NA, meaning not applicable. Then you can select whether the student is a day scholar or a boarder, whether they have a discount, or if they are a student and you are just entering them into SIFOMS, you are transferring your accounting records from another system and they have an existing balance, you can enter that balance here. For example, you can enter a balance of 5,000. Or if the balance is a prepayment, meaning the student has already paid for in advance, you enter a negative figure. So if the student has already paid in advance for another term, then that balance will be entered as a negative. Once you leave that box and you've entered a negative amount, you will be asked to say if this prepayment amount is already included in your bank account or not. If it is not included and you want it to be added to that bank account balance, you will select add the prepaid amount to the account balance and select any of the bank accounts that you have. But usually it is good to leave this balance option as 0. Next, you will select the class into which this student is going and the term. Let's select term 2. Now let's enter guardian information. First of all, we enter the national ID. You will notice if the parents already exists in the SIFOMS database, all these other fields will be filled up automatically using the same details. But if not, you may need to manually enter all these fields. If the parent is already in the database again, instead of entering anything at all, you can just click select existing parent. Then from there you'll have an option of selecting the parent from either the parents list or the staff list. You may want to save any other information concerning the student, for example, emergency contacts and allergies, medical conditions, and other things that you think are of note. For example, let's say you want to save the emergency contact of the doctor for this particular student. So you will type and the number and then click add. If there is another number, You can likewise do the same for any other information that you require. If the student is a boarder and we had selected that detail here, you'd simply come to commute info and select which dormitory they sleep in or which hostel they reside in for that term. If not, we'll just come back and say the student is a day scholar, and if they are using bus transport, we'll click transport there and select the route that they belong to and enter a pickup point. But for this purpose, we will not choose any of those. Already, because we chose that this student is being admitted to standard 4 in term 2, it will bring all the fees that we had entered into the fee structure concerning students in class 4 for term 2. So all of that is already there. But you may be able to change these figures the way you want. Now that we've been able to enter the required information, all we need to do now is to click save. It will ask us if we are sure of the new details, and we'll click OK. Now we've been able to register a new student. If we had a photo for this new student, we would have just simply clicked change and selected any photo that we have of the student. But simply put, that is how we register a new student. See you in the next tutorial.